Hello, everybody. Buddy Web, Midland, Texas. My last video here, that's what we're looking at. So freaking real. It's had 700 views. Lots of people. That's more than normal for sure. And just tons of comments. But it's also brought out a lot of the haters, or I'd say suspects is what it is, and who have attacked me, slandered me, tried to smear my name. On one phone call I was recorded and was told that they were having pedophile parties underground here. And I suspect that the people that attacked me might be some of them people that were going to the pedophile parties. That makes sense. I was also told, I was asked, if I knew the names of the 4 people been murdered in my house before they tried to murder me. And so, some of these people that attacked me could be, actually part of, some of these killers that are breaking in homes and murdering people, but I want to go to my Facebook, what I posted today, and it was a comment come off of YouTube here, and that's what at the top, and then I told the story, and it's had quite a few likes, so I think you're going to find it really interesting here. It was YouTube comment of the day is what I put it there, Leslie Scott, and this Leslie was actually defending this rude comment from somebody else, and these people, they really have nothing to stand on. They can't argue the evidence. The evidence, the truth, the facts are on my side. There's nothing they have but, oh, he's crazy. That's the only thing they can do. That is it, because they can't argue the facts. The facts are absolutely undeniable evidence shows I wasn't shot with my gun. I'm the crippled victim of capital attempted murder, and harassing me is a crime in itself. Interfering in a capital crime is a crime. Every time they go online and they post these lies about me, they can be arrested for it. That's right. And it's organized crime. They're trying to cover up capital crimes and murders. Okay. So here I'm going to go. I said, like I said, in the defense, he was shot from the bottom up. His foot is the hole it took the blast. Why would there be a hole in the floor? Unfamiliar with trap doors? Can we see them? Isn't the idea they are right in front of us but can't be seen? That's how they work. I don't see where anyone is asked to believe blindly. Look and listen to the facts. And so I've really, have the videos on it. I showed it. We know where I was shot. Absolute proof showing I wasn't shot with my gun. That tells us. And the ex-wife had already told me there's a trap door here. That was obviously where I shot from. That's where the shooter was standing. They covered it up while I was in the hospital for 10 days. So how could it, you just show me the trap door? Well, the trap door was covered up, But we know where I shot from. We know I wasn't shot with my gun. So, it's like I've told other people before. You walk outside and you see snow on the ground. Do you have to see it fall from the sky to know where it come from? No, are you really that stupid? And that's what a lot of these people are. They're really trying to cover up these murders, but they're just playing so stupid, like they can't figure it out. Oh, I'm so dumb, I can't figure it out. And so here's the next comment. Think about it. How could someone get shot in his foot in the floor intact? Shows the shot didn't come up through the floor, but a clear unblocked shot at floor level. And this TN was right, and TN was absolutely right, But there's evidence that shows that, and that's what I say here at TN. I say the entrance and exit wounds are 2 inches above ground level, which tells us where the shooter's gun was located, and multiple proofs shows that I wasn't shot with my shotgun. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. When you just look at the wound, where the entrance and wounds holes are, where the shooter's gun was located. It was above ground level, about 2 inches. The shooter was standing underground. The gun was above ground. They were waiting me to walk by and pull the trigger by surprise. Okay. And actually, as a fact, I was shot directly at our artery with point blank range with my phone lines cut. I was supposed to bleed out and die, and that was to make it look like an accident. I'm going to go on reading that. I said, in fact, it's believed that I was shot with a .45 handgun loaded with a Glaser Safety Slug or pellet-filled plastic tip bullet to make it appear that I'd been shot with my gun. There's evidence that backs that up. Now, that ain't dreamed up. There's evidence that shows that. This was so they could rule my murder an accident and collect an additional $500,000 from the insurance company. The ex-wife had taken my life insurance books a few weeks earlier so she would know this, and come to find out her lifelong friend from grade school was dirty cop Rosie Rodriguez, Detective Rosie Rodriguez. The former boyfriend of the ex-wife, Arthur Welch, posted on his Facebook this message. I was dating this guy's ex-wife when I overheard her talking, and from the things I heard, she had tried to have him killed for insurance money. And to hear how many police were involved. One, her longtime personal friend, who was Rosie Rodriguez. Here's a video showing where I was shot, okay? And so I have a video showing all the evidence. You know, it's everything I said. And, you know, that it's not my word against their word. This is already proven, has been for a long time. This is what Arthur Welch posted on his Facebook. Cops were recording, hiding evidence, and laughing about this man being shot. I was dating this guy's ex-wife when I overheard her talking, and the things I heard, she tried to have him killed for insurance money. And to hear how many police were involved, one, her longtime personal friend. I won't let Buddy Webb be laughed at. Her final words to me was, I will have you shot too. Okay, that was Arthur Welch's comment, you know. Okay, my second comment there says, after I posted this, my account was restricted for 24 hours, saying it was promoting human exploitation. I disagreed with Facebook, and they changed their mind and said they got it wrong. Somebody out there didn't want you to see this, and that's the point I'm making. As soon as I posted that, I got this message from Facebook. So somebody that sits there, and every post I post, they're sitting on top of it, basically, okay? And as soon as I post it, they don't want the public to see that. You know, they're going to do, that's, make up a lie, because it has nothing to do with human exploitation, right? And so then I get blocked for 24 hours, but then I disagreed with the decision, and they come back and overturned it and said we got it wrong. But somebody out there reported it, and whoever that was might be a murderer, right? I mean, that just makes sense. Or maybe somebody at them pedophile parties. If my murder had been ruled an accident, then the ex-wife was going to get an additional $250,000 plus 2 years' pay. That's around $500,000 extra. The big prize was my paid-for and special home, though, that has the underground home in the backyard. This was instead of getting nothing from a divorce from a 3-month marriage. I had filed for divorce 5 days earlier. 2 years after the murder attempt, it was found out in court that the ex-wife and Detective Rosie Rodriguez were lifelong friends and had gone to grade school together. Rosie has been caught lying on police reports and tampering with evidence in this capital murder attempt. She, Rosie Rodriguez, climbed in my truck at the 7-Eleven after I was shot and then said she wasn't there. She was seen on camera planting my stolen cell phone behind my nightstand. She alone made up the tripwire lie. She personally tried to have me committed, and she was the one that ruled this failed murder an accident and closed the case. It looks like the Midland Police is involved in for-profit murders. And that is all there is to it. As far as I know, I believe she is still a detective, okay? I mean, she is absolutely the dirty of the dirty. These are the books, the life insurance books. See, it had a basic accidental death. Remember, the ex-wife took these when we separated less than a month before the murder attempt, and it showed that if my murder was ruled an accident, it would give her 2 times the annual base pay, and then also supplemental accidental death was another $250,000. That's an extra $500,000 on top of everything else. Okay, and then this is where it come out in court 22 months later. I didn't even know this. Here's Rosie Rodriguez climbing in my truck at the 7-Eleven minutes after I'm shot. I didn't know she was lifelong friends with the ex-wife and had gone to grade school with her. That come out in court. And that's where you're asked, are you familiar with her? Yes, ma'am. How do you know? Oh, I went to school, and I guess elementary and junior high together. And what happened was my attorney noticed that the ex-wife and Rosie were sitting together before court and visiting like they were old-time friends. It's like, what's going on here? This cop from the murder attempt knows the ex-wife, that's the primary beneficiary. What's going on? So they asked her in court, and all of a sudden, wow, they've been friends since elementary school. Okay. And yeah, this is amazing. Okay, here's another comment. Jared, he was looking for a phone call. He said, "There's a clip. I want to hear the whole phone call. Which one you talking about?" And so finally, I said it's probably this one here, where this woman said that told me that there was 4 3-bedroom homes buried at least 25 foot deep, each costing over $1 million a piece, and she said they were having pedophile parties down there. That was the clip. But there's more in that phone call about a wealthy guy in a town near Hobbs, starts with A, I believe Artesia, that's connected with the underground homes. There's other clues, but really nothing to do with this story or this video here. But y'all can go watch that. $1 Million Underground Facilities. Okay. Next comment. The police attempted to disable the security camera, but accidentally started it. They didn't know these pictures were being taken, and based on the timestamps, it looks like Detective Rosie Rodriguez and Officer April Chandler waited for the other officers to leave my bedroom before Rosie planted my stolen cell phone behind my nightstand. It had been stolen before I was shot by surprise, and it's the reason I was forced to crawl out. Some people have wondered that. Why didn't you call for help? Because they stole my cell phone, cut my home phone lines. I had no choice. I was supposed to die. This was premeditated murder. The proof was on the police reports where she made up a lie and said that I'd told her my battery was dead on my phone, which is why I crawled out. But that was a lie. I didn't say that. The truth is I had a fully charged cordless phone in my pocket. It just didn't work because they had disconnected my phone lines. Rosie was excuse making. She knew this was premeditated capital attempted murder. Busted. And then that, like I said, they get caught. They didn't know this camera was taking pictures in my bedroom. I'm in surgery at the time. Okay, I'd been shot, and she's leaned over. This is Rosie Rodriguez here, leaned over nightstand. That's where my stolen cell phone was found planted when I got back from the hospital. Okay, and that's April Chandler. And so they look like, the partners in crime. These two are the main two secret police right there for sure. And I believe I was told that they fired April Chandler recently. I just did a video actually called "Dirty Cop April Chandler" and listed all the all the crimes that she committed. I need to do one on Rosie Rodriguez, but here was from the police report. Rosie Rodriguez, Buddy said his phone was not charged, so he went outside and screamed for help. Buddy never said that. I had a fully charged phone. Why did she make up that lie? Because she knew they had stolen my cell phone and disconnected my home phone lines. She was planting that cell phone in this picture right there. Okay, that's why she made up the lie. A few months before the murder attempt, a recording was made between myself and the ex-wife where she admits to trying to extort around $1,800 a month from me over the crimes at this house. If I didn't pay, then she was going to tell everybody that I was crazy. I didn't pay, and that's exactly what she did in court along with her dirty cop friend, Rosie Rodriguez. Okay, I'm going to show you that. And here's a link to the recording called "Follow the Money." If you clicked on that, you can hear me and her talking. And this is the transcript during the phone call there, or during the conversation that's recorded, and I'm reminding her what she told me. You're going to pay me $1,800 or $1,200 a month, or I'm going to lie about everything I seen and tell everybody you're crazy. And the ex-wife says, I made a mistake. She didn't deny it. She didn't say, I didn't say that. She said, I made a mistake. I said, you're the only one that's going to make money off the house. I made a mistake. And she goes on. You can hear it in the recording. Well, the truth is, Greg told me to try extortion. Greg's the one that said, to tell everybody you're crazy if you didn't pay me money, right? Well, here comes, I get shot 22 months later, and here's Rosie Rodriguez and her friend, the ex-wife, and they both go to court, and they swear under testimony that I'm delusional. Now, look here, right? If I didn't pay her extortion money, $1,800 a month, she's going to tell everybody I'm crazy, and that's exactly what she did in court, along with her dirty cop friend, Rosie Rodriguez. Okay. Ain't no arguing about that, is it? That's what it is. I wonder if Rosie Rodriguez was planning on getting some of that extortion money, and maybe she's upset because she didn't get the extortion money. I don't know. She's the dirty of the dirty. That's all I'm saying. This is a premeditated capital attempted murder this dirty cop's involved in. The police report showed that Rosie Rodriguez was very interested in the doctors cutting off my leg, which proved this was a murder attempt. She also mentions the neighbors who had the suspected tunnel entrance in their backyard and some lie about me slashing their tires. The problem was the front of my home was watched by security cameras. It was a lie. I have been cleared by the mental health doctors at the hospital after lies were spread about me. But in spite of this, Rosie Rodriguez personally called the hospital and tried to have me committed. I'm going to show you this here in a minute. And finally, she personally closed this case, ruling this capital attempted murder an accident. So do you think she planned to rule my murder an accident and make her friend rich like Arthur said? Yeah, of course she did. I'm going to show you the police report. Detective Rosie Rodriguez, right there. On 2/1/12, Buddy Webb at the hospital, and his foot was not amputated. They were working so hard to get me to cut off my leg because it's evidence in this capital attempted murder. I mean, that's all there is to it. I contacted Buddy's neighbor. That's the neighbor that had the tunnel entrance in the backyard. I found it on Google Maps, and then once I started posting pictures of it, they took it out. I made videos about that, right? And he never slashed a tire in my life. Just total. I didn't even know about it. And here at the bottom, I contacted Allegiance Hospital to evaluate, commit Buddy Webb. I was cleared by mental health at the hospital by the doctors. I mean, she is doing everything she can to cover up this premeditated capital murder attempt, home invasion, and then she personally closed the case, you know. But what I'm saying is, if my murder had been ruled an accident, then her friend was going to get this house, has the underground home in the backyard, but plus all that insurance money, you know. And that's what Arthur said. That was the thing right off the beginning, you know. And okay, I'm going to end this with some pictures. I'm going to show you who this dirty cop is. And you know, it's just amazing that she's still a cop. And, you know, I suspect, I tried to get the police reports for my house before I moved here, and the city denied me access to them. And I suspect it has evidence because I believe Mike Lawhon, the previous owner, was murdered here and taken to Fort Worth. And I wondered if Rosie's name was on it, because I got a feeling she knows something about them other 4 murders that I was told that happened in my house, you know. But I'm going to show you, here's the picture over here. See, this is when she's in my house right there. You know, on when I'm in the hospital after I'm shot. This was 3 days later when she come in and pretending that they hadn't been in my house. You know, they'd already staged the crime scene. They were withholding the police report, and they had the bomb squad. Oh, he's crazy and all that. And, you know, the whole thing was just this real sloppy job. And what messed them up is they'd accidentally started that camera and they got caught. And so right now it's just been cover up ever since. It's been blatant cover up because, you know, they should have been arrested a long time ago. I mean, it seriously looks like the Midland Police Department is actively involved in for-profit murders of citizens that calls and reports crime to them, and it don't look like there's any end to it, and there's no telling how many there are. You know, we have nobody that seems to be legitimate law enforcement anymore. This Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas.